In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys which are the best badges to add to every single card in the alternate reality set, and just showing you guys which is the best way to badge them out, starting from the Amethyst all the way up to the Galaxy Opals. I'm just going to kind of go through the Amethyst a little bit quick. They can get 5 added badges, and I'll just be telling you guys which are the best badges to add. So first card here is going to be Amethyst Anthony Davis. I mean, he's not a bad Amethyst card. First thing I can note is he does need some shooting badges. First two I would give him is definitely going to be Green Machine and Guard Up as well. Two good shooting badges for Anthony Davis. That'd be the first two I'd do. And then number 3 and 4 is going to be Quick First Step and Unpluckable. Both really good playmaking badges, especially Quick First Step. And then for that final and 5th one, I think Slithery is probably the number 5 I go with. So the 5 badges I would add to Anthony Davis is going to be Slithery, Green Machine, Guard Up, Quick First Step, and Unpluckable as well. So I'm just going to kind of quickly go through the Amethyst. Not going to really explain too much because I'm not sure that many people are really badging with Amethyst cards. Steve Nash here though really needs some defensive ones. I don't think you really need to give this card chase on artists. I mean, you can if you want to, but really not going to be getting too many chase on animations. I would say realistically probably just Claymore. You know, Slithery, Fast Twitch definitely could work on this card. Doesn't really need Rise Up, doesn't need really any finishing badges. So for me, I would say if you want to give him like Claymore, Comeback Hit, Slithery, and then maybe like Pogo Stick, but this card really doesn't need any badges. I'd probably just do Claymore, Fast Switch, and Slithery as a 3 ones this card does need. Now next Amethyst is gonna be Penny Hardaway, who actually is a pretty good point guard for an Amethyst, one of the better budget point guards in the game. This card realistically though doesn't really need that many badges except for realistically Rise Up. I mean, I would just give the card Rise Up. If you want to give him Masher and Backdown Punisher, I think those are actually pretty good to have on Penny Hardaway in case you match up against a Donovan Mitchell or 6'1" or 6'3" point guard. He's 6'7", so if you have gold Backdown Punisher, gold Masher, gold Rise Up, he's definitely able to dominate down low. So that would be the 3 badges I would add to him, and then you could do like Comeback Hit number 4, and then maybe like Rebound Chaser or Box Up Beast as number 5. But Penny Hardaway, those would be the best badges I would add to him. And then the last Amethyst is going to be Amethyst D-Mitch, who does need some shooting badges, or does need some overall badges. I do wish the card could get limitless range, but definitely a little bit annoying. For him, I'd probably just give him like Ankle Braces number 1, Break Starter number 2, Diamond number 3, Unpluckable number 4, and then probably just like Claymore number 5. I mean, he doesn't really need any of these finishing badges, so those would be the 5 badges I would add to D-Mitch: Claymore 1, Unpluckable 2, Break Starter 3, Diamond 4, and then Ankle Braces 5. And then guys, talking about our first diamond is going to be this Diamond Tim Duncan, who's actually not that bad. Like, he is a very, very good budget version of his Dark Matter. For this card, you can obviously add 5 badges as well. The first 5 I would do, or the 5 I would give this card, is mainly going to be in the shooting badge category. I'd probably go Claymore. It's going to really help him in the catch and shoot when he's kind of standing still and shooting those wide open threes. So I'd probably go Claymore 1, Green Machine 2. I mean, that one's pretty much in the name, obviously good for greeny shots. And then number 3 and the final shooting badge I would give him is going to be Guard Up, and then I'd probably give him Quick First Step and Unpluckable. Those are just 2 really good playmaking badges that I feel like is definitely needed on pretty much every single card in the game. So those would be the 5 badges I would add to Tim Duncan. Now next diamond card here is going to be Larry Bird. I mean, this card realistically isn't going to be that great. I mean, the 5 badges I would give him, he 1000% needs Quick First Step. So I go Quick First Step number 1 from the playmaking tier. And then I guess you could probably go like Pick Dodger and Pogo Stick 2 and 3. He doesn't need any shooting badges. And then I'd probably go like Rise Up number 4 and Fast Twitch 5. So the 5 I would give him is probably going to be Fast Twitch 1, Rise Up 2, and then I'd probably go like Quick First Step, Break Starter 3 and 4, and then I go like maybe, Pick Dodger number 5. You could also maybe, replace Pogo Stick for Break Starter. Really depends what you want to add to Larry Bird, but those would be the best badges for Larry Bird. And then the final diamond is going to be DeMar DeRozan. For this card, the 5 I would give him is going to be Blinders, Claymore, Rise Up for the first 3, and then other than that, he doesn't really need any other ones. I mean, maybe Pick Dodger is nice to have. So the 4 I'd give him, you can maybe also give him Rebound Chaser or Box Up Beast, but the 4 that he really needs is Pick Dodger, Claymore, Blinders, and Rise Up as well. Now talking about our first pink diamond here is going to be Paul George, who's actually a very good card. So he does need some badges as well, but actually, now that I'm looking at it, he doesn't really need too many. He does need some finishing ones, like obviously Rise Up and Slithery, so that'd be the first 2 I'd give him. If you also want to give him a Giant Slayer, I think that's not a bad idea, but we'll come back to that here in a second. So the first 3 I would give him is Rise Up, Slithery, and Claymore. You definitely need those 3 on this Paul George card, and then other than that, If you maybe want to go like Rebound Chaser and Giant Slayer, I think you could definitely do so. Maybe even a Back Down Punisher, because he is a 6'9" shooting guard, has a really good player model. But those would be the 3-4 ones that you definitely should add. And then there's some other couple ones like maybe Back Down Punisher, you know, maybe Giant Slayer, maybe Rebound Chaser, that you could obviously add as well. Now, next pink diamond here is going to be Kevin Love, who's actually a really nice power forward. He does need some playmaking badges. At least he needs that one in comeback, not comeback kid. He needs that one in unpluckable. So that'd be the first badge I give K Love, is going to be unpluckable. Number 2 would probably be Off-Ball Pest, and number 3 would probably be Pick Dodger, because he doesn't really need any shooting badges. And then I guess you could use like Fast Switch and Slithery. So the 5 that I give Kevin Love is going to be Fast Switch number 1, Slithery number 2, and then I'd probably go Unpluckable 3, Pick Dodger 4, and Off-Ball Pest 5, just to help him out a little bit on the defensive side of things. Next pink diamond here though is going to be Chris Paul. I mean, this card really isn't that great. And doesn't really need any badges as well, because he's not going to be getting, you know, that many chase down animations, but you can maybe give him chase down artists just to help a little bit on the defensive end as the first badge. And then other than that, he literally doesn't need any of these. He doesn't need any of these finishing badges. So Chris Paul realistically doesn't need any badge. The one you can maybe give him is going to be Chase on Artist. And then the final pink diamond here is going to be Amari Stoudemire, who I actually believe is one of the better cards in this set and super underrated as well. He actually probably needs one of the most badges added to him though. He definitely needs Unpluckable number 1. It's basically so you don't get the ball stolen every single time you try to put it on the floor. So number 1 definitely going to be Unpluckable. He does need some shooting badges, so I would go Green Machine 2, Guard Up 3, and then Blinders 4. So that'd be the first 4 badges I would 1000% add to him, just to make him a better 3-point shooter with Guard Up and Green Machine. And then final badge, I'd probably go maybe Giant Slayer if you wanted to. If you want to throw some lobs to the card, you could do Aerial Wizard, or then maybe like a Comeback Kid or a Dimer. But honestly, just add those 4 badges, being Unpluckable, Guard Up, Green Machine, and Blinders, and you should be good for Amari Stoudemire. And then the first Galaxy Opal here, guys, is going to be Klay Thompson. He actually does need a couple finishing badges. Overall though, I'd probably just give him Hyperdrive in the playmaking section. I am very surprised that he doesn't already have it on gold, so I put gold Hyperdrive on this Klay Thompson card. And then I probably also give him Brick Wall, just to help him in the 2-man pick and roll, setting screens and getting some pace stops underneath the basket. So that'd be the first 2 badges I would add to Klay. Number 3 is going to be Rise Up. Even though I'm not sure if he can get standing dunk animations, I think he can because he's 6'6", but maybe not. So I might go Rise Up depending if he can get standing dunks. If not, then I probably just go Limitless Takeoff, Fast Twitch, and that's probably it. Maybe like Fearless Finisher as well if you wanted to. So the 5 badges I would give this card is going to be Fast Twitch, Limitless Takeoff, Rise Up as the first 3, and then I'd probably go Hyperdrive and Brick Wall as 4 and number 5. Now looking at Pau Gasol, the 5 badges I would give to this card is probably going to have to do a lot with playmaking and defense, and honestly, even shooting badges as well. This card actually needs a ton of badges. This is the card that actually needs the most. I'm pretty sure Galaxy Opals can get 6 added badges. So for Klay Thompson, you know, you can maybe add like that Fearless Finisher on the end if you wanted to, or maybe like Back Down Punisher. But yeah, because I forgot that obviously Opals can get 6 badges. So the 6 that I would add to Pau Gasol, first off, I feel like he really needs Blinders and Guard Up. Those are 2 must-have shooting badges on a big man. So for me, I would go Guard Up and Green Machine as the first 2. Playmaking wise, it really depends like how you want to use this card. I think Handles for Days is nice because he does have the John Moran dribble style and his movement actually isn't that bad. So the 3rd badge I would give him is going to be Handles for Days. And then number 4, I would go Bailout. Really good for when you want to take a shot and you're trying to pass out of the animation. I think Bailout is a must-have badge on most cards in the game. And then for the 5th one, I would go Challenger, and the 6th one, I would go Menace. So just to kind of recap, the 6 badges I would give to Pau Gasol is going to be Menace, Challenger, Handles for Days, Bailout, and then I would go Guard Up and Blinders. I mean, you could maybe give him Limitless Takeoff if you wanted to, but I don't think he's going to be getting really that many, Limitless Takeoff animations. So maybe you could give him Limitless Takeoff if you wanted to, maybe over like a Menace, or maybe a Handles for Days if you wanted to. But those would be the 6 badges I would give to Pau Gasol. Looking at Carmelo Anthony, he is a really, really good shooting guard, but actually doesn't need too many badges. Like the ones that I can see, he definitely needs Rise Up and Giant Slayer. Really good for pretty much any single card in the game that's not super, super tall, in regards to Giant Slayer. So I'd probably give him Giant Slayer and Rise Up 1 and 2. Playmaking, I mean, you can give him Dimer if you wanted to. The only defensive badge he really needs is going to be Chase on Artist. If you want to give him Box Out Beast and Rebound Chaser just to help out with getting rebounds, you definitely can. So if you wanted to add those 3 on the defensive end, that's 3. And then you could probably just go Giant Slayer 4, Rise Up 5, and then let's say, for example, Dimer 6. So those would be the 6 badges I would add to Carmelo Anthony. And then finally, Magic Johnson, who is probably the best point guard in the game, or at least, one of the best point guards. He can actually hold every single badge in the game. And for him, you're definitely definitely going to want to give him Rise Up number 1, and then you're just going to want to give him all the shooting badges in the game. Does he have the normal linear? He does. So you're definitely going to want to give this card Agent 3. So number 2 going to be Agent 3. Number 3 is going to be Limitless Range. 100% want to add to that, add that badge to this card. And then 4, I would go Deadeye. 5, I would go Blinders. And then 6, I'd probably go Amped or Giant Slayer. I'd probably go Amp though, so I just give him, you know, Rise Up as that 1 finishing badge, and then just do the 5 shooting badges: Agent 3, Amp, Blinders, Deadeye, and Limitless Range. So yeah, guys, that's how I'd badge out every single card in the alternate reality set. Let me know in the comment section down below if this video did help you guys out, and if it did, make sure to drop a like and sub down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.